We're talking hidden treasures here today, and I've got Morgan Lekstrom. He's a somewhat newly appointed CEO of a Blackwolf. That's BWCG on the TSX in Canada there, and BWCGF OTC Pinkston Estate. So Morgan, I appreciate you taking the time here. It's been a while since we caught up here. So I guess on the heels of a definitive agreement here, why don't you run through the latest news, and then maybe before you do that, I guess. Welcome aboard, and what made the decision to join Blackwolf?
Those decisions are always tough, but what I have to say is they're much easier when you have a friend and a mentor like Rob McLeod come to you and say, Morgan, we've got Blackwolf, Frank juices 13.4%. We've got this deal we're working on to bring Andy Bowering on the board. We've got amazing properties that have exponential potential, especially in Cantu and Niblek. And we want you to come into this group. And there's very few times in life where you sit there and you ponder and you go, should I do this? And to me, it wasn't even a thought. It was, I get to work with friends and family. I get to work with mining legends like Frank Justra, Rob McLeod in that office. And you want an opportunity to build something big. This is the greatest opportunity I think any junior mining CEO would ever get, is to be a part of that team. So yeah, it was a no-brainer for me in that sense. But on this news, very interesting. So the idea of Blackwolf is we are the only, and I love this part, we are the only player in the Golden Triangle on the US side. I know people didn't think that there was a US side of the Golden Triangle, but there is. Our Cantu Target, which is a 30-meter fully exposed vein running up to an ounce gold, up to 3,000 grams per ton silver. I know I just mixed metric and imperial up there, but hey, we'll call it a day. And it was sitting there since the 1920s. And the only reason we found it was because Rob McLeod, who is from Stewart in the Hyder region, knew an old timer that gave him a piece of parchment paper and said, you should go look at this. And I love this story because Rob goes, yeah, I've looked at it. There's nothing there. And he's like, no, but you got to look right here, and points on this like old parchment, something out of like the Tombstone movie or something, gunslingers and everything. And he goes up there, and there's, lo and behold, there's a 30-meter, 100-foot vein just sticking out, and they sampled it. And we're going to drill that here really shortly in the next probably 2-3 weeks. But that on the back of a position in the Golden Triangle sandwiched between Ascot, who's developing a mine, Scotty, who's drilling off a resource right now. That was the optimum transaction. That was an Andy Bowering. They smoked some amazing drill holes. Rob looked at the geology and said, I think we can do this different. Brought that to Andy and their team, Tyler Ross, who's an unbelievable guy. Really enjoyed working with them so far in this transaction, and I know I will long term as well. And we said, well, let's do this transaction, but Andy, we want you to come on the board. And, that's the guy's the founder of American Lithium, Prime Mining, had multiple billion-dollar companies. Like these guys are legends. And when you put an Andy Bowering on a board and a Frank behind it and a Rob on the geology side as chairman, we are set up for success. And that is all you can ask for nowadays. In this current environment, this current market, you want to go with the groups that have the highest chance of success. Rob's found over 10 million ounces of gold in his life. He's single-handedly the one that started the Yukon gold rush, and then in 2010 with the sale of his one company, Underworld, to Kinross for $140 million. So the guy knows the Yukon, knows BC, knows the Golden Triangle, and has found lots of ounces. And that's what Frank and the group see. And I'm just happy to be there and learning from these unbelievable experts, and very humbled on this.
Yeah, so recruited in here to run the show. You mentioned some fantastic names there when it comes to mining. So yeah, let's tie this up into a nice little bow for investors. Off air, you mentioned everyone's getting ready for the big bull market. So what's that mean for you, investors that are going to treasure hunt with you? Talk to them.
You're going to go treasure hunting? Don't do it alone. Do it with someone that has a track record. Don't just listen to the standard nomenclature and the standard rah, 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 we found something. Go with people that have a track record of success, that have done this over and over and over and have built and sold companies. And that's why we're here at Blackwolf. That's why Frank Juster invested 13.4%, and I'm sure will continue. That's why Andy Bowring's on the board. When you put names like that, it's not just names. They're not technical advisors. They're not advisors in the background. They're actively involved. We talk all the time. So when you do that with probably the most compelling drill target in the Golden Triangle, which has yielded buyouts like 2.8 billion of Brucejack. It's so funny because a lot of people don't know this. Brucejack, or Pretium Mining, Brucejack was named after Rob McLeod's cousin Bruce and dad Jack, and Rob's dad. Like, you can't get more entrenched into an area. So you look at what's up there. We have a resource on our Niblack site. I could talk about the mining side of it all day long and what we're going to find, but the real truth of it is here, we have big people and big names behind us that want this thing to be big and succeed. And that's right there, in my opinion, and why I joined this company is because we think big. We're going big. We're going after big targets. And we have the people that have the experience of building something big behind us.
And what's the next piece of news I'll see from you guys?
Drill results, baby. Drill results. Lots of drill results. Obviously closing the OPV transaction. We'll actually get out there on their Harry project between Ascot and Scotty and start drilling that. Follow up on those awesome results that they had about 2 years ago and continue to expand in the area. You might see some transactions happen in the near future or a little later. But again, it's all about big thinking. It's how we make Blackwolf another one of those real good Frank Juster, Andy Bowering stories. I mean, American Lithium, Goldcorp. The Golden Triangle on the US side is ripe, and it's right there. And I implore people, when you look at this, you go, wait, it's just a border. It's not a geology border. Yep. And Rob McLeod figured that out.
Okay. We'll keep our eye on the progress, and I look forward to hearing more. Morgan Lekstrom, he's the president CEO here. Blackwolf, it's a BWCG, the venture exchange, and of course the call sign in the US, BWCGF. So thanks for that update. Look forward to checking back in when you have some more news for us.
Thanks for having us.